For our project, we chose Dos Equis, The Most Interesting Man in the World commercial by Morgan Crable, Kara Connolly, and Nick Gorski.
The campaign purpose, Dos Equis ran a campaign to advertise the interestingness of a man's life who is rich in stories and experiences, which is what most of their audience hopes to have. The commercial, it's very light and funny and catches the viewer's attention. The success and wealth of the interesting man also shows the product's lavishness, and it had more to do with really trying to evolve the company's storyline. And then the message, the Dos Equis, they makes commercials that are consistent to where they are in the market. Dos Equis constantly tries to make the most interesting man continually complete new and exciting roles. So as the most interesting man in the world, they used the NASA mission to resemble a space expedition to draw the attention of consumers. They want to make sure the most interesting man story evolves. They make sure they commercials show their place in the market, which is lavish and high quality beer, and their like persuasion method kind of it's like coaxing someone into buying a certain product. The campaign purpose, they ran a campaign to advertise the interestingness of a man's life who is rich in stories and experiences, which is what most of their audience hopes to have in their own lives. The commercial is very light and it's funny and catches the viewer's attention. The success and wealth of the interesting man also shows the product's lavishness, and it had more to do with really trying to evolve the campaign storyline. Dos Equis, they made a commercial that's consistent to where they are in the market. Dos Equis constantly is trying to make the most interesting man continually complete new and exciting roles. So, as the most interesting man in the world, they use the NASA mission to resemble a space expedition to draw the attention of consumers. They want to make sure the most interesting man's story involves. They make sure the commercials show their place in the market, which is a lavish and high quality beer. And their persuasion method is coaxing someone into buying a certain product.
Dos Equis ran a very effective marketing campaign when they created the most interesting man in the world commercials with the slogan, I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I drink Dos Equis. This commercial is a perfect example of viral marketing because it spread very quickly over the internet and was shared all over social media. The most interesting man in the world soon became a symbol that took off greatly. The slogan was so popular it was soon used all over the world by different people to relate their problems and create funny memes, such as the one to the right. A reference group is a group of people that affects us in any sort of way. An in-group is a group of people with shared interests, and the in-group for this product would be all of the people that drink beer. Another in-group that could include the people that go to the bar, because they are a certain group of people that would share an interest in drinking a beer like Dos Equis. An ascribed in-group is one that you were born into. One example of an ascribed in-group would be the market that Dos Equis targets, which tends to be older men. Being a male is being part of an ascribed in-group. The elaboration likelihood method is a dual process theory that describes the changes in attitudes. There are two routes in this method, which include the peripheral and the central route. The peripheral route is used when the reader is not paying a lot of attention and it is very surface level. There are not as many cognitive processes needed, but it still leaves an impression on the viewer. The central route is when the viewer is paying very close attention and it is very focused on the information in the advertisement. There are more specifications about the product used. Brands do this when they know that the media they are advertising on allow for more cognitive processing. Dos Equis uses the peripheral route with its commercials because although the commercials are very interesting with their characters, plot, bright colors, and humor, they don't give any information about the product itself. You do not need to be very focused to understand the commercial and what it is advertising. They also have such a distinct brand image that consumers know that when they see this interesting man, they can already recognize the product.
To this campaign's success was through word of mouth marketing. Word of mouth is product information that is transmitted by individual to individual or consumer to consumer. It is one of the most trustworthy forms of marketing and influences about 2/3 of sales for any brand or product. This campaign quickly took off because of this marketing technique. After these videos went viral, more and more people began talking about not only the commercials, but recommending the Dos Equis brand altogether. In order to have an effective commercial, the source needs to contain credibility as well as attractiveness. Credibility means, can the brand or company be trusted in what they are saying, as well as do we understand as consumer what they are trying to say. Dos Equis is a brand that has been around for a long time and has established credibility in its respected marketplace. The second characteristic is attractiveness, meaning the actual physical attractiveness of a specific thing, how it is portrayed, and does it reach social value, and finally, does it seem to be relatable to the consumer. For the Most Interesting Man in the World campaign, it uses great visuals and attractiveness. They mesh together old vintage footage while filming in unexpected locations while partaking in ridiculous endeavors. The attractiveness of the footage presented gives consumer the idea that when purchasing Dos Equis, they are purchasing a lavish beer that will make them interesting and unique as well.